Hi everyone, I'm Amena, and welcome back, explorers, to my vlog. And be welcome to anybody else who has happened to stop on by. Now, I'm gonna give you a little bit of a recap. Um, this last week I did record, exploring IMVU, the 14th episode, but unfortunately, when I went to delete uh, used and edited footage that I no longer had a use for, I accidentally deleted the raw footage to episode 14 of Exploring IMVU. It's one of those things where I'm like, I'm going to find it for editing so I could make sure it was up Friday. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, and it took me a little bit, but I figured out that it probably was deleted along with the used footage, and that was an accident. So, to prevent that from happening again, I actually do have a new folder called Videos to be Edited, and inside will be another folder saying Used Footage to be Recycled. That way, I will be able to keep the two things separate so we don't have that issue happen again. Now, unfortunately, I did have to re-record, and with the Wi-Fi going in and out and in and out, what I had wanted to do was Thursday night after work, and yeah, I finally got a chance to see Endgame in theaters. I'm not going to spoil it, uh, just that it was worthwhile to go see it, especially if you've seen Avengers Infinity War. But, that being said, if you haven't watched any of the other MCU movies, you might want to get on that, because even the movies that didn't do the best in the box office, their little bits actually come into play during Endgame. So it's basically the Infinity Saga, is what they're calling it now, is basically a very, very long story. And I know I'm going off on a tangent, but the biggest thing is Marvel, Marvel Studios is doing what the comic books did for comic book heroes to movies. And they're basically, their movies are acting like the comic books. So certain heroes are introduced and they're brought together to fight a common foe that they couldn't do on their own. But either way, to get back on track, um, after I got back from watching that movie, I was going to actually sit down and re-record what was lost so I could actually upload Exploring IMVU episode 14. Wi-Fi unfortunately went out, and I didn't get the Wi-Fi until Friday morning. And obviously I had to do daily stuff first. But I managed to get the recording done, and so on and so forth, and started the upload Friday. And it was the afternoon, but unfortunately, I'm afraid it got up on Saturday. But the fact of the matter is, the upload started Friday. Because it was supposed to be Friday. Now, I can't do much about the Wi-Fi issues. It is what it is. As long as I'm bringing the content, and I'm doing it as consistently as possible, everything should be fine. Now, obviously, I haven't done Minecraft for a little bit. I'm doing a few things, kind of behind the scenes. And of course, there are games that I do want to record for exploring the multiverse, which are online, and that's the only way you can play them. And I'm sorry, but I prefer to play games that have both local and Wi-Fi. So if I don't have Wi-Fi, I can still play the game. Now, granted, I'm gonna say it right now, I am definitely going back to Elder Scrolls Online because I enjoyed it. That's one of the ones I really enjoyed. Warframe is still grindy, but I can get into it. Unfortunately, that's not always the case with my PC. So, for that reason, I need to put money aside to actually upgrade my PC. But I kind of knew that going in. But the other thing is, there are some games, well, there are a lot of games, where it's getting to the point where they need 16 gigabytes of RAM memory just to play certain games. Now, better graphics and so on and so forth, but that doesn't really bode very well for people who want to play those games but have potatoes for computers. Oh well. So I'm really gonna have to shop around. I like the fact that this computer that I have does have a massive amount of storage. But even that fades away. So, for that reason, it still needs an external hard drive. And unfortunately, I'm gonna have to look for another external hard drive. One that, shall we say, has like 5 terabytes, maybe? But, yeah, it's something. And of course, I want to keep my name changed because I'm tired of getting mail with my dead name on it. And the only reason I'm getting it that way is because my name that I'm using is, according to the government, isn't legal. That's not really nice. It's not fair. But that's the way it is. So before I can actually do anything with the computer, I have to do something with the legal the legality of my name. But so I can bring this back up to a cheery note, or thereabouts. I don't know. One more thing. It's like, I don't really like making calls because I never know what kind of reaction I'm gonna get. And because of that, half the time I'm afraid to make calls. But furthermore, when I'm told to make a call for a ride when I don't have check or cash in hand, that, to me, that's like, get your cart before your horse. Would you put your cart in front of a horse? No. You would put the horse in front of the cart, right? For me, my checks or my money would be considered my horse. And the bus, because you need the money to drive the bus, or have the bus drive you, the money is basically the horse. Without that money, your cart or carriage won't drive. It won't take you anywhere. So, yeah. But that's just one of the things that has been on my mind. But now that I've got that off my chest, I'm going to mention some more cheerier things. Now, I didn't say it before. Oh, I sort of did. Number of the games. I did mention that some of the games had something to do with music. Unfortunately, I could not find Space Channel 5, the part 1, but I have a feeling that it probably wasn't very good, and graphics weren't the best, but it's a good thing that the second one, part 2, is around still, and it's playable. I did pick that up. I tried it out offline because I had no choice. But I was a bit taken aback by the fact that I wasn't hearing it in English. Sure, I can see everything in English, but the character dialogue was definitely not. So I don't know what's going on with that. I do have Bayonetta. I have a number of other games. Shovel Knight, Hollow Knight, Celeste, Indie Pogo, Brawl Out. Oh, that reminds me. Uh, One of the things I wanted to touch upon is the fact that Brawl Out did an update recently, and unfortunately, the update erased everything I had done. So it was like, okay, on one hand, this is bad because all my data got erased. On the other hand, I can actually possibly do a Let's Play with that game, unlocking everything. Now, I still can unlock a few things, but one of the days I logged in for Pullout, I got a little note or notice from the developers saying that a number of the accounts, including mine, had data that was erased. So they were gifting us like 50,000 gold coins, and they unlocked most of, they unlocked the characters that I would have had to unlock to begin with. So that was actually nice. And it was like, it normally would have been hours for me to do, and not many people want to see a person play a fighting game, of all things, hours on end. Some people do, yes, but some people don't. Some people only like seeing maybe a match and then go on to something else. But, you know what? That's not what my channel is about. Which brings me to this. Most YouTubers, larger ones, smaller ones, they're all focused on bringing you content that will be entertaining for you, whether they themselves like it or not. Now, since my channel is about being true to yourself, that's not a good course of action. I would rather play games that I actually enjoy and be myself, playing them and enjoying them with you, the viewer, watching and enjoying them too. But the biggest part is I'm doing it and being myself the whole time. What you see is what you get. And the whole reason I do these vlogs is to let you know what's going on with me, sort of. And obviously, I talk about games a lot. But you know what? My content is not as important as the message at the end of my videos. You hear it every single time. The last phrase. And as always, be true to you. Basically, meaning just have fun being yourself. Be yourself. Don't try to be somebody else for somebody else. You know what? Doing something like that only leads to misery. Or at least that was my experience. I'm happier now being true to myself. So, I will be true to myself continuously. And the only times that I wind up having to be somebody else is, unfortunately, there are times it has to be done for safety's sake. In one of my vlogs, I will talk about that, but right now, I'm pretty sure we are getting close to the end of the time I have with you. So, I'm going to leave you with this. If you have been enjoying my content, please feel free to leave a like and or subscribe. You can also leave a comment down below in the comment section. And don't forget to hit the bell if you haven't for further notifications. And, as always, be true to you. Amena, signing out.
Tell me like a Hellcat.